Hello everyone and welcome back to Hemel-Down Model Railway. So in today's video I'm going to do a little bit of a layout update and just show you some of the progress that I've been doing on the top section. But first of all, I'd just like to give a bit of a shout out, and this is the reason why. So I just want to say a massive thank you to Bernie at Crossways Point Junction, and I'll pop a link in the description below. But he kindly sorted me out a Class 37. It's a Bachmann model, Mary Queen of Scots. I think it's a great addition to the layout, and I'm looking forward to having many running sessions with it in the future. Right, so let's crack on with the rest of the video and I'll show you what I've been up to with the rest of the layout. So one more thing I'd just like to add is that I'm going to be launching Patreon to the channel. Now, I'm not requesting that everybody joins. It's still free to watch all of my videos on here. I have monetized my channel, but I've only put adverts on at the beginning and at the end of the video, so that I make sure that there's no interruptions throughout the videos on the channel. I've seen that there's been quite a few issues lately with people not getting any money from joining a channel membership. So what I wanted to do was to do another avenue of Patreon, and what I'll be doing on there is to add in photos and videos and things behind the scenes that happen on the layout, and a few sort of little behind the scene projects that I'll be doing in the future. So to join Patreon, there'll be a link in the description at the bottom of my videos, and also there'll be a link at the end of the video. And the price for Patreon is £1 a week, so that's £4 a month. And anything that I do make from Patreon will go straight back into the layout. And I'll be doing some videos to show what I purchase with any monies that I do make from Patreon. So there's no obligation to join. It's just something that I wanted to be able to share with you, some of the behind the scenes stuff. And as you can appreciate, there is a lot that goes into this layout. So anything that I do make will go back into it and help to create further videos and to put into some more scenic stuff. So thanks very much, and I will speak to you soon. So at the moment I haven't actually stuck down most of this middle section here. What I have done though is to cut out all of the supports for the continuation of the middle section there. So before I just had a couple of planks that were just holding that in just to kind of get the height. But now what I've done is to cut all the supports for it, and I'm just waiting for those to dry. Now they're not actually stuck to the top of the baseboard yet, and that's because I'm going to be adding some extra strengtheners just underneath on those sections there. So the only bits that are drying at the moment are just these pieces here. And then what I'll be doing is then sticking those to the top and adding in some extra supports. And then I'll be painting up the top of those just to kind of make sure that no moisture can come in. So I'm just going to get some wood paint and get those done. So I've lined up all of that middle section, which is where I left off on the last video. And now what I've done is to add in this piece here. So that now links up to a board that's on the top section here, which is the second to last corner. So that's 3 corners all done. And if I bring you round to this section, so I've got a little bit more MDF to cut for the back of that section, and then I'm up to this point here, which is where the track will loop round and then join back on to the viaduct. So things are progressing quite nicely. It's nice to have most of this back section, top section all done, and all the woodwork for it. As you can see, it's starting to take shape, and what I've done is just testing out with some pieces of plywood what I'll do for sort of height of a wall and stuff on these sections here. It doesn't necessarily mean that they're going to stay that height. I'm just kind of using some scraps just to see what it would look like with it being just all a retaining wall. I'm still thinking of definitely having some archways in there just to kind of open up some of these gaps so that you've got some viewing points down through to the tracks at the back there. And then because all of these sections will be modular, I'll then once they're all painted up, I'll be taking them down so that then I can work on getting all of the track work done in the middle there, so that I'm not having to lean over this piece, and then I can reattach all of these pieces up here. I will be doing the track work for it, and where the joins are in each of these sections here is where I'll have the joins in the track, so that then I can just lift those off out and then just connect them back up with a couple of fish plates in the future. I've still just got to get some more wood just to finish that little corner there. So my main focus has just been this big sort of top section on here. The supports that are underneath there, so you'll see there's some quite big chunky pieces of wood. That's just because I've run out of the 2x1, which I've used for the structures on here. But I just need a little bit more now just to kind of fill that corner, because as you can see, it's just propping up that board at the end there. So once that's all in place, that are all set sort of nice and level, and I'm just weighting down the pieces of plywood on top here with just some slightly thicker wood, just because when I lift them off, you can see that there's like a little bit of a gap in between these ones, so just where they need to be stuck down. So yeah, I'm just holding a piece of wood on there just so that I can make sure that I get in the right height all the way over. So I'm thinking that that's looking quite nice. And if I just kind of pan you out, you'll get a proper picture of kind of what this section will look like. It's turned into a bit of a workshop at the moment. I've got bits of wood everywhere and stuff like that. But yeah, I'm pretty pleased with how the structure's gone together. It all seems to line up quite nicely. It's all like nice and level as well. And I'm looking forward to being able to get some tracks down on this top section here. What I was thinking is that I've got enough track to do one main loop. So what I might do is just get the outer loop kind of operational. Because then once all this structure's built and stuff, with only 2 corners left to finish, it will be easy enough that I can get that done in a week. And then what I might do is just have 1 loop put in, just so I can test out to make sure it's all even once I finish this corner here. And then I can just at least run 1 loco up on the top there and have a little bit of a running session just to kind of show you what it will look like. And then I'll be able to then crack on with some more scenic work. So I'm looking forward to getting the tracks in there, working out where all my station platforms will be, where the station will be, and then starting to put in some bridges and tunnels all in through this section here. So obviously I changed my plan from before. I was going to be just having just concentrating on this back section, but I thought whilst it's so cold, I just wanted to get all the framework done for this as a bit of a project, because otherwise it's taking so long for everything to dry. So I'm hoping within the next 2 or 3 weeks to have the last of this little back section piece done on here and then linked up to there. So I've given myself another kind of 2 weeks to do that. And then the sort of 3rd and 4th week of March, I should be able to at least have 1 track up on the top there. And then it'll be all into the detailing then. I can start getting all of the brick papers done, all of the archways built for the 2 sections up on the top there. So I wanted to have all of those 4 tunnel portals in, so I can get all those cut up and made ready. And then the next big project will be creating this back end of the layout and making a town scene. And then I'll be starting to do the corner work all on that section there, because I want, as you see it here, all of this section to be a town scene. So yeah, I hope you can kind of see a little bit more progress. I haven't had too much time up here of late, just due to work. So this is my first time back up here after a week. And what I've done is just to get all of this bit in here sorted. So I've got a few more days to make a little bit more progress. And what I'm going to do is film some of the stuff that I'll be doing over those few days, and then that'll be a future update. I'm trying to make the videos a little bit more interesting by showing you kind of more progress rather than just little bit by little bit. So I'm really trying to crack on with the build and get things sorted. Right, so thank you very much for joining, everyone. I might have a couple of little running shots at the end of this video, just while I've got 1 loco going around at the moment. I might add in a couple of more and have a little bit of a running session. You know how it is. If you're able to run trains, it's a good opportunity to do so. I do enjoy just sitting down here and actually watching all the locos go by and stuff. So thanks very much for joining, everyone, and I will speak to you all soon. Bye for now.